You mentioned this thing about the 1%, the 1% of everything that adds up, which
Mm,
is something I'm not sure whether you got it from the Atomic Habits book by James Clear, which is pretty much what he's saying, right? If you just improve 1% for everything,
100%.
you get 100% eventually. So
Yeah.
with marketing, what are all these 1%
Yeah.
that they should
Yep.
focus on?
So firstly, the 1% is taken from that book and stuff, but it's the whole notion of, for those who don't know and stuff, it's never about perfection. It's about progression. It's about, and I heard it somewhere once. Someone said it's about ready, steady, go. No, no, it's ready, go, and then let's steady things out, because else you'll never move sometimes. And so let's go for those 1%. Let's get better in everything we do. We always say that traffic times conversion rate equals customers. And so you got to work on ways to get people to you, but then you need to be able to convince them to one, get their attention, that awareness, then push them all the way to action. So to me, the 1% is what are we doing in the traffic side of trying to get people to us? When we look at different types of traffic, it could be inbound, outbound, referral partners. What are little things that we can do on all of these bits that can help facilitate people coming to you? On the conversion side, my favorite side, the conversion side, is what can we do to increase the likability, the trusting, the knowing side of things? Are we A/B testing? But please don't stop at the SEO, AdWords, social to website level. Conversion is, what about how about 1% better on the phone calls, 1% better on the proposals, 1% at the meeting presentations, all the way through. And so it's these little refinements all the way through. So yeah, that's the 1% in my eyes.
I think every business goes through that issue, having traffic but not converting. How do you manage
Mm.
to make that traffic into a conversion?
There's only four questions people think of, assuming that they've already come to you. Okay. So say I've just met you for the first time. There's only four things that go through my mind that address a certain problem I have. So obviously, if I found you, I have a problem that I need solving. But there's only really four questions. Who are you? What do you do? Why should I choose you? How do I get in touch with you? They're the only four kind of core questions. And if you don't believe me, it's actually the same four things I actually asked my missus 17 years ago when we got married.
Now the question, why should they choose you? How do you answer that question?
Why should I choose you? Social proof is the biggest and most important thing when it comes to lowering that guard, but helping people to cross through. Because once I know who you are, what you do, you know what? I don't know if I trust you. And so, what kind of trust signals? Awards, accreditations, associations, case studies, testimonials. But the one I always push and I say is most important is actually through video, because they say a picture speaks 1,000 words, video speaks, I think, 8.4 million, or I don't know how many colors there are, but it's
Yeah.
so much more because there's emotion expressed in visual, hierarchy, cues, as well as audio and stuff. So it's that combination. And you can get a lot of information in a very concise, short amount of time as well.
Do you feel that with the third question, why should I choose you? There's also a very emotional aspect to it in that you kind of want to be able. You mentioned trust, you mentioned credibility.
Mm.
Wouldn't that also play into emotions as well? As like, oh yeah, I think I can trust you. I think I like you.
The real heart behind it is you need both. And so for some industries, the social proof will be more into the rational side. So say, for example, to do with data, results, finances, numbers. On the other hand, it's sometimes like, no, we saw a change in someone. There's a like we went from a crappy house to the most beautiful mansion that and so that will engage both sides. And so the fight between the two isn't like which is better, rational or emotional. It's rational and emotional.